Whoa! Sab Shed! Sab's Shed.
White on white, translucent black capes. Oh, hello there, Turk lovers. Sorry, got distracted there with a bit of my old favourite band, Bauhaus. This here, I have a few musical instruments that I've had since I was 18. My guitar and so forth, and diddly-do. Build up these things over the years. This is something I had about 10 years ago that my brother and my sister-in-law bought me, which is it's a chanter for it's a practice chanter for a bagpipe. So when you're learning to play the bagpipes, you can you know, practice your fingering on this. I don't have any bagpipes, but I like the look of it, so he surprised me and got it for me for Christmas once. But it makes a sort of a sound like a sort of snake charmer. Hang on. That sort of thing. So it's got a reed inside it, and I thought I might use it for the show. I don't know. But anyway, I thought I'd try and age this up a little bit. And what I'm going to do, I can't really show you one hand, but you can see that it's got this chrome metal. One trick you can do to age metal quickly, if you've got a bit of oil paint, and I've had this oil paint on the shelf for years, which I salvaged from a skip, I think. A little bit of oil paint rubbed on to metal with a cloth will age it very quickly. Anyway, we'll see how that works. And this top bit is plastic. It's a sort of creamy colour, and I want to try and turn that into a sort of bone or ivory look, and we'll see how that works. Anyway, there you go. A few more jobs down the line to do. We'll see how these turn out. White on white, translucent black dancing on hot tiles, dancing on tender hooks, oh, dancing on church aisles, dancing on sorry, I got carried away again there. Here, look. Change this a bit quickly. Here's before chrome, here is after chrome, but a little bit distressed, just a little bit. So I've put, can I get a shot of that? There, I don't know if you can pick it out. It's a little better. All I've done is put a bit of this black oil paint on it, and then I've rubbed it off again. So it just gives a quick, very quick, slightly tarnished, not over the top, piece of metal. And I'll put a bit up and down there, and it'll dry. It'll take a long time to dry, but it'll do. Now I'm going to do this bit, and I've just put some sandpaper on that to give it a key for the paint, and I'll just do a very subtle sort of whitish yellowy bits on that to suggest bone. I mean, you probably won't see it, but it's for me and the world. Okay, off we go. Dancing on hollow hills. And we're back. I finished the little charmer, or chanter I should say. The light's going, so you probably can't see it very well, but just give you a quick look. See there, we've tarnished the metal. It's not going to focus probably, but maybe you can see it. And I just put a little, hang on, let me see if I can do it against this shed. Is that any better? Don't know if you can see that. Anyway, it's slightly textured. I'm just going to put a little wash over that. You probably won't see this, but what I'm going to do, what I have done anyway, I told you about the black oil paint. That'll dry. I just mixed up some acrylic, some white and some yellow in there, and some even lighter sort of white and a tinier, even tinier amount, a less amount of yellow. It's been a long day. In there, that's a sort of ivory colour, and that's a sort of light yellow. I also used a brown in places and patches there. I'm now going to use this black wash, which is just a little bit of black with a lot of water. I'm going to go over it and wipe it off again, just to tie all the colours together, and that should be the end of it. Okay, off we go. Oh, lovely tea. Sorry there, zip pan there. Sabbaton here, and hello Turk lovers and all lovers in between. I'm finally in the shed. It's what is it? It's the 12th of February 2018. I know that because it's 2 days before Valentine's Day, and I should know that because I never get any bleeding cards. Never mind, I don't care. I've got the Turk to keep me company. And Sparehead one. There he is. Quick update here in the shed. I've started today on the set. It's taken ages because I've been really plagued with problems with the robotic Turk head. I still am. More on that another time. Anyway, it's nice to be outside. I'll just leave it at that. So here's a few things to be going on with. The special magic lantern I'm making, which I'm making out of 2 of these, which I got from Home Bargains earlier in the summer. Got 2 of these. They're going to be bolted together to make a long sort of Turkish type or Arabian type Moroccan style lantern, something like that. Moroccan, Middle Eastern. There you go. Some corks in there. Might be using those. And what I've done is I've got an old bowl here. I find all of these. This is just all scrap. You know, I've got loads of bits of scrappy things that I keep all over the place. You know, I've got my Blue Peter drawers full of clobber. Anyway, this is one of those, just an old bowl, and I've cut a bit out of it. I've gone over it with some sandpaper just to give it a key for some paint. This is just primer, so the key is so the paint can stick to it, and I've given it a clean. And so this thing here, we're going to have some special NeoPixel color changing lights in here that you'll remember from upstairs in the torture chamber, the robot torture chamber, and hopefully you'll see it come to fruition. So one of the NeoPixel lights will be down there. It's like a ring, you remember, will be in there at the bottom, and when this is bolted to the other section, there'll be another NeoPixel ring on this end. There'll be a lot of diffusion material inside. It's sort of like, imagine tracing paper, but it's special lighting stuff, so you get a nice diffuse light. Now, what controls those? Well, an Arduino, of course, and a power pack. So we need to construct something that sits in here that holds the power packs and the Arduino board, and then there's a wire that's going to go down the side that will connect to the pixel rings. So I thought I will make some sort of cradle. I've got some bits of wood here that I'm going to experiment with. Of course, I could try and do this with the 3D printer, which hasn't come yet, but that would be just another headache. And, you know, you've got to go for the cheapest option. So I could either have it like this, 2 of those either side, with a bit of cardboard in between to make a little and a floor, so the batteries slot into it. I've got some smaller pieces there. Just got to take this upstairs and find the right bit, and then this old bowl will be part of that system, and that will fit on top to hide the majority of the battery cases. So hopefully only that won't look too bad, and the rest of the batteries will just poke down a little bit, and there'll be a kind of chain on there. So that's the lamp. So we can put all those in there to go into the office to find out which bit of wood is the best for it. Anyway, that's that ongoing.
Whoa! Sab Shed! Sab's Shed.